All right. Now, 3 times negative 10, negative 30. And then we have negative 1 for A. Negative 6, positive 5, make that happen. I'll get x minus 6, x plus 5. Again, trinomial. Set up that x. Now here, make sure you divide by A. This is where practicing the divide by A comes in handy. You will not forget if you do it every single time. You go back and forth, you may end up forgetting. And that's completely factored. No equal sign in my problem, no equal sign in my answer. Number 24, first thing you look for, can I pull out something that's common? They both have a 3x, that'll give me an x minus 4. This is just a GCF problem, no x is necessary. 25 is the hardest one. We have it all mixed in, it's only got 2 terms, but they don't have anything in common. This is an x problem. There is no b value. So that gives you a 0 for your bottom, and you'll get the x minus 2, x plus 2, divide by a, we'll get x minus 2, x plus 2. That's going to be the hardest one to identify, is you've got no b value. It looks like a GCF problem because there's only 2 of them. Anywho, moving right along, we have 3 and negative 12, so negative 36 up top. And we have a negative x down at the bottom. 6, 9, 4. This one's going to be prime. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to a 4. Let's just not switch it to 4. This one is prime. There is no factors that you can pull out. I messed up making this one on the test. So freebie, cannot factor this one. You'd have to use quadratic formula, something like that, but we're going to let that go. 27. Altogether, the mixed solve. So you've got lots of different options. You can either factor the GCF, you can throw up the x, sometimes it'll be ready to go like this one, sometimes it'll be just x's like this one, but we're going to work them all out for you. We have 4x, 6x, they both have an x in common, they both have a 2 in common, so I'll have 2x minus 3. Again, I've got my 2 quantities. 2x could be 0, 2x minus 3 could be 0. In this one, x would be 0, and in this one, 2x will be positive 3, x equal 3 over 2. Number 28, I've got 30 on top, negative 1 on the bottom, so negative 6, positive 5. Look at sharp. I'll get x plus 5 and x minus 6. Divide out that a value of 5, and I'll get x plus 1. Swing that to the front because it doesn't divide unevenly. 5x minus 6. And then I'll have x plus 1 could be 0. 5x minus 6 could be 0, so x is negative 1. Add the 6, 5x equals 6. Divide the 5 off, x equals 6 over 5. Number 29, already set up, ready to go. Don't let that confuse you or make you do anything crazy like FOIL and then refactor. That'd just be a waste of solid time. So I've got 4x minus 1 could be 0. 4x is positive 1. X is 1 over 4. The other one, x plus 2 could be 0. X is negative 2. This one is just a regular solve for x. You'll notice there's no squareds. I need to get my x's on one side, my numbers on the other side, and then execute. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my x's on the same side. I'm going to move that 2. That way my x stays positive. Add that 7 to the other side. I'll get 6 is equal to 2x. Divide the 2 off. X is equal to 3. So in the mix, just remember what you're doing. And kind of think about what kind of problem is this? How should I solve this? All right. Right along, we got number 19. Number 19, grade problem. You drop it straight into your calculator. And then we're basically checking, do you understand what the vocabulary is? Can you analyze the graph, pull off data points, that kind of stuff. So when you do this in your calculator, 2x squared minus 1, you're going to take and just plot the super nice points that your calculator is going to give you. 0, negative 1, 1, 1, you'll have 2, 7, where's that point? 2, 7, negative 2, 7. Graph's going to look just like this. From there, your vertex, just identifying that vertex, it's going to be 0, negative 1. It is a minimum point, or the lowest point on the graph. AOS is the line that divides that parabola in half, and it's just going to be x equal the x value of your vertex. And we're finished there. Number 20, I'm actually going to have to pull out my calculator on this one. We're going to drop it into y equals, and I'll have negative 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Delete, 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 delete. Oh, gracious. There we go. Minus 3x, and then plus 1. I'm going to go to my table to get some nice points. Looking for points between 0 and 10. This graph is going to look a little... Oh, my window is all off. We've been doing word problems. So I'm going to go negative 10 to positive 10. Count by ones. Negative 10 to positive 10. Count by ones. So here's what the graph looks like. It's going to come up, cross through. You'll notice that vertex is not going to be a whole number. So when I go to execute, I want to keep that in mind. How much time do I got? Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I've got 4 minutes. All right. So I'm going to go into my table. You'll notice that the vertex doesn't show up on the table like it normally would. But I'm still going to get these points. I've got negative 1, positive 2. I've got negative 2, negative 1. I've got negative 3, negative 8. And I've got 0, positive 1. And my last one, 1, negative 4. So at this point, I need to take and get my vertex. So I'm going to go in there, set and calculate. And I'm going to grab that maximum. It's the highest point on my graph. I'm going to start over here on the left, press enter, move over to the right, press enter. And it's going to give me that vertex at negative 0.75, positive 2.125. My AOS is still just the x value of that vertex. I'm going to put that dot right in there, drop my graph down, execute it just like that. We'll go on to that next one.